What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're back to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Let me shoot him.
We're trying to get more information on Adam Warlock.
Smart money says it's gonna be a tough fight.
Even in earnest, you underestimate. Imagine ambivalent omnipotence, drifting in darkness.
Speaking of dark.
Such was my celestial solitude. Power without purpose, till uncovered by Raker. His crew were convalescent. Plagued by a pox, I was serendipitously suited to soothe.
A ship full of sick people just happens upon someone with limitless healing?
We were need and needed, symptom and solace. They worshipped the wonder of my ways and declared me divine.
I think we know where this is going.
I do not know where this is going.
This is the scary part!
As the flock of followers fawned, a dark delight developed deep within me. And in the shadows it spoke. Weak whelps, pernicious priesting, feeble fools, fit for feasting. Hubris made hunger. A cancerous craving called Magus.
Indulge curiosity or call BS. Hang on. You can't name a craving. What did it want?
What did it want?
Complete devotion. I too heard this voice, and could hear nothing else.
Adulation, flagellation, gorged with grief and consternation.
I told you this was the scary part.
It was pure putrefaction, sown from the seed of my strength. My soul stone gone sour. I resolved to rip it out.
Rip it out? How?
A mechanical marvel wrought by Raker would sever the stone from my skull and excise the evil entangled within.
Translation: you let Raker steal your powers.
Whatever his wayward wander, he was on that day my friend. He swore to separate sanctity from sin, that my healing could yet be harnessed without harm.
Sure, but who's harnessing it?
Blame Warlock. Sounds like you were careless. Blame Raker. Raker knew exactly what he was doing.
I'm with Rocket. Raker knew exactly what he was doing. That man's a master manipulator. Damn it! Now you've got me doing it.
I bear no blame for my fallen friend. Our errant experiment all but broke us both.
Then how do you explain how your best bud got his hands on the stone and is now taking over the galaxy?
I cannot.
I think I can answer that. After I rejected my promise, I got pulled into Nikki's. Corel was there. She was trying to show me something.
Peter, you can't trust anything you saw in there.
This was different, and it felt different. She took me back to the QZ and I saw that Magus thing. I saw it get all twisted up with Nikki and I saw it kill Corel.
You hear yourself? How'd she show you this if she's dead?
Quite conceivable. Her soul may be snared by the stone, chained to the child.
Focus on Nikki. She said Nikki needs to accept her death. Focus on Corel. You mean we can get her back?
I mean, we could get her back.
Essence can be retained but not restored. Our echo acts as anchor, manipulated by Magus to deceive the daughter.
So it's like Corel said. Nikki needs to accept her death.
This feat is not so easily done.
Its appetite is insatiable. If unassailed, Magus will absorb all.
We're gonna need one hell of a plan.
Well, you better come up with it quick, because I see daylight.
The bond between Magus and Matriarch must be broken. It harvests its hunger through the host.
So, Nikki's like the head vampire. If we cure her, it'll free the rest. Why didn't you just say that?
Wait, how is she the head vampire? Wouldn't
One, find Nikki.
Raker be it?
Step 2, convince her mom ain't coming back from the dead.
Step 3, get that stone away from her and mop the floor with that Magus thing.
You show no shortage of assurance.
Yeah, this one's Mr. Positivity. It's enough to make you sick.
The stone is both bondage and bridge for Magus, and a young mind is most malleable. If Magus is merged with hers, she may not survive the severing.
We won't let it come to that.
Not to join the Golden Downer, but how are we supposed to find the kid? What are you...
Going...
Oh, Flark.
Flark.
They've got the cortex. They can go anywhere, convert anyone.
Does that mean they got Cosmo? Chapter 12. Nowhere to run.
Now,
Why does that sound like you're not coming with us?
these are my people. Some still survive if I stay.
Then we'll stay and help.
Go. I'll be where I'm needed when I need to be. Just trust me.
Don't go dying on me. I'm starting to actually get you. You wanna pop a squat, golden boy? You're making me nervous.
Or perhaps your nerves need gnawing.
What did I do?
This precarious plan proves more meek by the moment. The Madonna was meant to be among us.
She knows what she's doing. Eventually.
Sorry sins I have wrought to wrest me among such a motley crew.
Did he? Did he take my room?
Not so much as a yip from the mud. Groot says he'll keep trying. Where's Mr. Fancy Words?
It is assumed Peter Quill's quarters. It was a daring display of dominance.
Don't you start.
Usually I'd say, who needs him, but we do. So you better fix this one, Quill.
Just try not to piss him off any more than he already is.
If it is to be a fight to the death, I will honor the outcome.
If he kills you, I get your guns.
Well then, it looks like we have to kick him out of our room.
Fight. Took all 5 of us to beat him last time.
I still can't...
Meditation stone cannot be discussed in Gamora's room.
We have already fought the man.
Hold on. You don't remember?
I remember sparring against the Celestial Madonna in a small village. And then the cold darkness of the promise devouring my soul. Until you found me.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
I mean, at least he remembers a little bit, right? Alright, so the doll, we spoke to her about meditation. There we go.
All right. Let the waves of calm wash over me. And... Oh, Gamora!
Since when do you meditate?
I don't, but desperate times and all. Stuff's been a lot lately.
I get it. Allah help me, do I get it.
So, how do you use this then? In case, you know, Rocket asks.
Well, for one, it isn't about just holding it. You also need a comfortable place to sit, where you can be relaxed but alert, and focus on your breathing. Then you practice. A lot.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot more work than I was hoping for.
Anything worth doing tends to be.
So how do you do it?
Focus was something Thanos beat into us early on. But it wasn't until I lived with the priests of Palma that I realized how limited his version of meditation really was.
Priest of Palma. How did you end up living with the Priest of Palma?
How did you end up living with the priests of Palma? They're not exactly your kind of crowd with the whole pacifism thing.
Mantis introduced me to them last year when I needed to heal. They helped me in ways I didn't think were possible.
Helped? How?
I guess you could say I was broken. Thanos, the war, working as an assassin. It'd take a toll on you. By the time Mantis brought me there, I was ready to give up. I mean, I was miserable. Convinced I was beyond redemption or worth. I truly believed I deserved to die.
But you didn't. Die?
No. There was this boy there. A Khan.
The one you hugged in the village.
A Khan was like me. Lost. His parents had died in an accident. He was combative, rebellious, the opposite of a pacifist. The priest thought it would be a good idea for both of us to work through our scut together.
And was it?
At first, not really. He was a pain in the butt. But over time, we came to rely on each other. Thanos had taught me how to meditate in the functional sense, but not in the spiritual sense, like how to work through my trauma, caring for a Khan. He forced me to reflect and process, and together, through mutual support, a Khan and I were able to overcome our demons.
I can't picture Thanos meditating. I kind of always figured he was this egotistical tyrant.
Oh, he totally was. But Thanos also understood that aspects of meditation could be useful to his cause.
Like focus?
Focus, increasing overall awareness, pain tolerance. He came up with a series of exercises, fun little games for me and Nebula to compete in as part of our training. The worst part was, we didn't even know what he was doing until it was too late.
What do you mean?
Thanos' brand of meditation warped us, turned us into hyper-focused weapons. That way we were numb to the horrors of his agenda.
Killing people.
Assassination is just a different name for murder.
So how did you cope?
We made puns. Bad, stupid jokes to shout as we were killing people. The more terrible, the better.
Here, I thought you just had a really lame sense of humor.
Oh, I do. But it was the only way to survive. And it was something we did together, a new kind of competition, just between me and Nebula, to see who can make the other laugh.
That's really messed up. And yet, oddly endearing.
Yeah, well, even bad puns can only get you so far before your conscience catches up with you.
Wow. I had no idea meditation could be so intense.
Or beneficial?
Well, yeah, that too. I guess I should give it a go sometime. Although I'm kind of scared of what I'll find.
Who knows? You might surprise yourself. I know I did.
Yeah, maybe.
So if you guys are curious on how to actually trigger it, you pick up the item and then you have to actually put it down for the conversation to then start. So that's why it looks kind of weird every single time.
My shoulders are sore.
Alright, let's go see what we can do about this guy.
How is she connected with my sword?
Is that not the room you went in?
She rode your back all the way down the cave.
Star-Lord.
Really?
Gotta go, man.
Warlock, open up. This is my room, you know. And that would be my cassette cover.
You penned this pithy poetry?
It's not poetry, it's music. Hard rock. It's supposed to have guitars and bass and drums.
Simplistic scriptures, as is its scribe.
Okay. What's your deal, man? What did I do to piss you off?
Your lamentable leadership allowed the Madonna to leave when we needed her talents to travel to the telepathic realm.
Mantis had good reason to stay behind. We just need to get Nikki and get the hell out so we can find her again.
Your tenuous tactics trust too much to fortune. Can you confidently convince me your meager measures may amply manage this mission?
Clarify question. By me or what? Yes? No.
My meager what?
Your meager metal. We stand against an adversary unlike any before, blinded by burning, hope-fueled hate.
Magus, right, your evil twin. That's our adversary.
Before such a blaze, still a stooge may steer, but your wide-eyed wonder is merely wit and moxie. You strut as an insecure cock, uncertain of his stature.
Does that mean what I think it means?
This audacity acts as stilts on sand as the tide thralls you in. Leading must be wrought off the fullness of your yearning yoke. Will it be so?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Wise words. Sure and measured. But beheld by my bemused misgivings, your demeanor differs distinctly in direction from my more willful ways.
Maybe we can meet in the middle then.
Yes. An oath. Will you own an oath to operate with greater aggression? To give gravitas to gravid seasons of your soul and struggle not to stand on destiny's icy flows?
Sure, man. Whatever it takes.
Then assert it.
I swear I'll be a good leader. That I'll be decisive and that I won't let Manus do whatever she wants.
I stand partially reassured.
What about you? Can we count on you?
What about you, Mr. Fancy Words? How do I know you won't see Raker and have a change of heart?
Why would I weasel away?
Didn't you used to be best buds with him?
We were common company for a fleeting fallow, through which I witnessed the incommensurable extent of his sadness. He mourns his lost son.
That's why he's doing all of this. The church, the matriarch? Because he wants to get his kid back. But that can't happen, right? Magus can't...
No. Cannot.
So? We can count on you? When you reunite with Raker, that man's gotta go down.
Indubitably.
I think that went well. He's still in our room, though. I mean, we had this empty one.
Riding my shoulders through the caves.
So,
Somewhere around here. Yeah, he could have stayed in there. Nice, roomy,
Summer dance all over again.
safe.
Enemy girl you tried to impress with your yo-yo skills?
Yeah, and it went about as well as talking to Mr. Cape.
What's a yo-yo?
Alright, so now that we got all that settled, we're going to start
Did you reach
the
Cosmo?
Groot.
It may be up to us to stop the church in nowhere. You ready?
He's worried about the mutt. Says it would be easier with his help.
I didn't think Cosmo would let the church take over his station, but if they got the Cortex, then
He is but one canine against the army of the converted.
I take it Groot didn't reach Cosmo?
No dice.
The tree is persistent. He will keep trying.
He was the most convinced we could bring you back, you know. I don't know if it's optimism or stubbornness, but it works for him.
So are we able to take off now, or are we supposed to be waiting? Here we go. Now, where is it that we're actually going? I assume we're going for the dog?
Yeah. I guess that explains why we ain't been able to reach Cosmo.
Didn't look good.
If you don't answer it, they'll vaporize us.
I will handle this communication.
All yours, buddy.
Hail, traveler. Have you accepted the truth of a divine promise?
We have. My deceased wife and daughter are with me. Thank the matriarch for her gift.
May the promise be fulfilled. You are clear to land at the spaceport.
Nowhere mining. Commercial outpost, edge of the nowhere universe.
All them bars and betting parlors.
And noodle joints.
Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
I assume it will be worse.
Raker rallies regiments while we wait whistling in the wings.
Landing as fast as I can, go.
What the flark? Great!
Cocoon Boy thinks he's a butterfly now.
He is a man of action.
So now that we're here, what exactly is our plan?
The church busy while we look for Nikki.
Land inside their headquarters, steal their main leader, and leave?
We're gonna need more than that to get to the Continuum Cortex and rescue Nikki.
Especially with Golden Boy jumping ship. Should we, like, try to find him?
Time is running out. We cannot lose focus if we are to save the girl.
Drax is right. Let's just hope Warlock can do a bit of damage on his side. So, final showdown against Raker. This time, you'll get him for good.
I intend to. We're not leaving here without Nikki.
Alright, well, may as well leave now.
Let's do this. Time to save Nikki.
Peter.
Okay. Just be cool. Let me handle these guys.
Welcome, travelers. Have you come to witness the fulfillment?
The what now?
The realization of the Matriarch's promise. The beginning of a new world. One without death, or pain, or fear. You should know this. Weren't you vetted and cleared to land here?
What? Of course we were.
How are you not aware of the fulfillment? Something is wrong. These heretics must be stopped. Attack!
What? Big ability unlocked. Wrath of Cathra. Rejecting his promise and fully accepting his family's death showed Drax how truly strong he is. He'll now deal moderate damage and heavy stagger to a single enemy, and moderate stagger to all nearby enemies when enraged. He also deals more stagger when raging. Alright, so let's see. X. Fruit. Nice! So the only problem is, technically, we didn't say anything at all to them. They just started attacking us. We should have had Drax just speak. Worked last time, would have worked again.
So he gets to just go around healing his town.
Is he on our side? No. I wasn't locking onto him for a second, so I was thinking somehow Drax's ability like mind controlled him. That'd been cool. Alright, so if we can get them all to come over here, we'll be good. If not, we'll just sort of have to wait for it. So I'm sort of like, now Rocket should be able to throw a bomb. Put a couple of them like a so. Gamora can stab that guy in the face. Groot can hold them down. Do Rocket on you, and we'll just focus on the main big guy over here. Let's see, so we need electricity. I don't think these guys are the ones who actually do the boosting, are they?
Yeah, you killed him.
Yeah, throw the big bomb at this guy.
Then put him in a body bag. Problem? Solution.
So it seems like the ultimate abilities are basically just going to be the exact same cooldown as a regular ability, which is kind of interesting. Alright, Drax, finish him!
Finally! Let me at him!
Waste it because that guy's got a shield. Hold on, Gamora, stab him. Rocket, blow him up. Drax, stab.
Prepare yourself, Steve!
Nice. Because we still have Gamora's gift that she hasn't learned yet. Possibly Groot's. Sort of sounded like we're near the end of the game, though. So I don't know if every Guardian has, like, an ultimate ability.
New world comes without death or pain or fear. Because I'm gonna kill him for flarking up this spaceport.
They have been very busy redecorating.
All the more reason for us to get to the Cortex and find Nikki. Scott! Cosmos Tower's shut down.
That's because it's never been dark before. You do realize some of the guys shooting at us were nowhere security?
The This does not bode well for the dog.
Nowhere safe. Maintenance Chief Dugar. I'm off the Dasting Rock. Patched up an impounded Badoon scout shuttle with a whole mess of space tape. Nano wire and prayers to any god, celestial being, or galactic space hoodoo that would hear them. Somebody must have. No brain parasites here, so far as I can tell. Usual ashes and issues. Spent a lot of time in front of the mirror trying to decide if I was crazy. Pretty sure I'm just old. Docked at nowhere. Figured this is far out, and so close to the rift it's the safest place in the galaxy to hide from whatever mind goblins got inside the Corpsman. One thing for sure, nowhere's never going to run out of maintenance work. Figure it's as good place as any to finish off my days in peace.
Never was the Mutt's biggest fan, but we could have used a backup telepath.
If Cosmo is on their side, getting to the Cortex could be a lot harder.
Just because the tower shut down doesn't mean Cosmo is too. Last time we were here, he knocked out me, Gamora, and Drax, and Lady Hellbender's bounty hunters, like it was nothing. You just gotta have faith he's okay.
Really, Peter? Fate?
Kinda dreading what we're gonna see in the marketplace.
The same thing we saw when we flew in.
Yeah, but it'll be up close. Nowhere really stunk sometimes, but...
Flark! Over there!
There's so many of them. I thought most nobodies would have rejected the promise.
Everyone wants something they can't have.
Yeah, but these crooks were suspicious of anyone.
Yeah, I don't know, Rocket. Like Gamora said, everybody wants something.
The church tailors their offer to the individual.
Seems to me most of them would give in.
Or they'd be killed. Not an easy choice.
They got Flark and Faith batteries everywhere.
Just like on Hal's Hope.
Perhaps they have built another giant ray gun inside the Continuum Cortex.
To siphon Faith from multiple worlds at once? Is that even possible?
The energy...
Prophetic Convergence. Sister Odie Bongo. Each of our offering service in Sears Square has a unique method of... Each of us offering our services in Sears Square has a unique method of divining the future for our clients. Myself and I can see colors outside the commonly perceived spectrum and interpret their stories. The reader who works closest to me can interpret smells. My good friend Jerome perceives fate's vibrations through his finely haired tentacles in which he wraps his customers tightly. We cannot ignore the fact that we are all experiencing glimpses, tastes, and twitches of the same future. It confounds us. First fire and pain, then light. True peace, acceptance. Is it the end of everything? Working so close to the rift, we often get flashes of endless void. This time we all agree this is different, and it feels much, much closer. There's a glowing glow within me, gold. I now see past. It's clearly... Then it just ends there. Okay.
So they're powering something.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're all going to have unique abilities or what.
We got company.
Supposed to wait, or are we supposed to blend in? Hello there, fellow. Oh, that didn't work. I mean, technically, these guys didn't hear us originally, so that might have happened correctly.
Tell your new boss he ain't getting away with this!
So, you know, that's just cool. No clue what just happened to us. I'm assuming we got crushed.
If only they knew the truth!
No time to talk him out of it!
Alright, so we can huddle up. What was that then in the fight?
More batteries the deeper we go.
False alarm.
It says they're tied to the fulfillment.
Priest said that they were bringing...
They can't raise the dead, especially after we saved Nikki.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.